Have you ever woken up in the morning, reached for a glass of water, and thought, why does my mouth feel like sandpaper? Maybe it happens once in a while. Or maybe it's become your new normal. Here's the part most people miss. That dry mouth feeling in the morning? It's not just uncomfortable. In many cases, it's your body trying to tell you something important. And today, we're going to talk about what that message might be and what you can do about it. Dry mouth, especially when you wake up, might seem like a small issue. Something you just fix with a sip of water and move on. But for many adults over 50, it can be a sign of deeper changes happening inside the body. Things like hydration, medications, breathing patterns, even how your body is aging. Now, this isn't about scaring you. Not at all. It's about helping you understand what's going on so you can feel better, sleep better, and protect your health long term. Because when you catch these signals early, small changes can make a big difference. So let's walk through the real reasons behind morning dry mouth in a simple, clear way. Let's start with something that surprises a lot of people. First, you might not be as hydrated as you think. As we get older, our sense of thirst naturally becomes weaker. That means your body may need water, but you don't always feel thirsty enough to drink it. So what happens? Overnight, while you sleep, your body continues to lose fluids through breathing and sweating. And if you didn't drink enough during the day, you wake up with that dry, sticky feeling in your mouth. I once heard about a man named Robert in his early 70s. He kept waking up with a dry mouth and thought it was just part of aging. But when he started drinking water more consistently throughout the day, not all at once, just small amounts regularly, he noticed something interesting. Within a week, his mornings felt completely different. His mouth wasn't dry anymore, and he even felt more energetic. Now, here's something most people don't realize. It's not just about drinking more water. It's about spreading it out across the day. Your body absorbs it better that way. Now let's talk about another important factor: medications. This is a big one. Many common medications, especially those taken by older adults, can reduce saliva production. Things like blood pressure medications, allergy pills, antidepressants, even some over-the-counter drugs. They can all make your mouth feel dry, especially overnight. And here's the tricky part. You might not connect the two. You start a new medication, and a few weeks later, your mouth feels dry every morning. But you don't think, oh, it's the medicine. You just think, this is how my body feels now. A woman named Linda shared something similar. She started taking a medication for her blood pressure. A month later, she noticed her mouth felt dry every morning. At first, she ignored it. But after mentioning it to her doctor, they adjusted her medication slightly, and the dryness improved. So if this sounds familiar, it's worth paying attention. Not to stop anything on your own, but to ask questions. Now, here's something even more surprising. How you breathe while you sleep matters. If you tend to breathe through your mouth at night, it can dry out your mouth very quickly. And many people don't even realize they're doing it. Sometimes it's due to nasal congestion. Sometimes it's related to snoring or sleep position. Or even something like mild sleep apnea. You might notice clues like waking up with a dry mouth, a scratchy throat, or even bad breath in the morning. There was a gentleman named Carl who thought his dry mouth was just dehydration. But his wife mentioned that he often slept with his mouth open. Once he started using simple things like a humidifier and adjusting his sleep position, things improved. What this really means is, your nighttime breathing patterns play a bigger role than most people think. Let's move to something that doesn't get talked about enough: saliva itself. Saliva isn't just there to keep your mouth comfortable. It actually protects your teeth, your gums, and even helps with digestion. When your mouth stays dry regularly, it can increase the risk of tooth decay, gum problems, and infections. Especially as we age, saliva production can naturally decrease. So when you combine that with medications or dehydration, the effect becomes stronger. Think of saliva like your mouth's natural defense system. When it's low, your mouth becomes more vulnerable. And that's why this small symptom, dry mouth, can quietly lead to bigger issues if ignored. Now, here's another factor that often flies under the radar: blood sugar levels. If your blood sugar is running higher than normal, it can lead to increased urination and dehydration, which, in turn, can cause dry mouth, especially overnight. Some people notice they're waking up thirsty, not just with a dry mouth, but a real need for water. This can sometimes be an early signal that your body is struggling to manage blood sugar properly. Now, that doesn't mean you should jump to conclusions, but it does mean it's worth paying attention. A simple checkup can bring clarity, and catching things early always puts you in a better position. Let's talk about your sleep environment for a moment. Dry air can make a big difference. If your bedroom air is too dry, especially in colder months or in homes with heating systems, it can pull moisture from your mouth and throat overnight. You might not notice it during the night, but you feel it the moment you wake up. This is where something simple like adding moisture to the air can help. A small change in your environment can lead to a noticeable improvement in how you feel in the morning. And finally, let's touch on something simple but powerful: your evening habits. What you do before bed matters more than you think. Drinking alcohol, for example, can dry out your body. Caffeine late in the day can do the same. Even skipping water in the evening, because you don't want to wake up at night, can backfire. It's about balance. A small glass of water before bed, avoiding overly dry or salty foods late at night. These little habits can make mornings much more comfortable. So let's bring this all together. That dry mouth you feel in the morning? It might be your body asking for more hydration, or reacting to medications, or showing how you're breathing at night, or even hinting at deeper changes like saliva production or blood sugar balance. The key idea here is simple. Don't ignore it. Not because it's dangerous, but because it's useful information. Your body is always communicating with you. And when you listen early, you can make small changes that protect your comfort, your sleep, and your long-term health. Better mornings often start with better awareness. If this helped you understand your body a little better, you're not alone, and there's more like this to come. Consider subscribing to the channel. I share simple, practical tips like this to help you stay strong, healthy, and comfortable at any age. And if you know someone who wakes up with dry mouth, you might want to share this with them. It could help them more than you think. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.